In this video, I'm going to share with you the 7 things that women notice about you first. And when you know this, you're going to be able to use it to become more attractive to women. And I'm going to share with you also why semen retention is going to help you develop all of these 7 things. Let's get into it. Hi, my name is Nakula Das and I help men master their sexual energy so you could become a powerhouse both in and outside the bedroom. Make sure you go to the description below and register for my upcoming webinar, Sex Mastery 101. There's also some other links and gifts that you can check out. Sex Mastery is going to help you develop these qualities. Now, what are these qualities? So before I get into it, let me put a little disclaimer, okay? Not every woman, no matter what you do, even if you are on the hottest men's list, sexiest man in the world list, still, some women just ain't gonna find you attractive. I'm sorry to tell you that, okay? So the first thing is stop trying to be attractive to all women, all right? It's not gonna happen, all right? Women are attracted to different qualities. All women are different, so they're not universal. Now, these 7 things are general, and this is not, I'm not making this up. This is studies have shown that these are the 7 things, as well as polls have been distributed to women who have have said that these things are the main things that they notice first. Okay. So the disclaimer is stop trying to be all things to all women. Don't expect every single woman on the planet to be attracted to you, even if you are the most attractive guy on the planet, okay? All right, so what are these 7 things? Well, the first thing is your vibe, your presence. Women say that they notice your vibe or your presence more than anything else first. Just simply, how do you show up? Are you showing up with a nice aura, positive energy? Is there a presence about you? Or are you full of anxiety? Are you uptight? Or are you relaxed? You own yourself. You're comfortable in yourself. The other thing that you want to know is that women will sense how they feel around you. Okay, so this is something that most like the pickup artist community and all of those things have benefits. I'm not totally knocking that, but many of them don't go into this. They try to tell you what to do, but more importantly, what to do is who you are. Okay, so women, just like men, we're very similar. There's a certain feeling. If someone makes you feel a certain way, like if a woman, looks at you a certain way or knows how to enroll you, you feel good, right? You feel like a man. You're like, yeah, she's attracted to me. And you can sense it. And in that way, you become attracted to her. And even sometimes she doesn't fit all the check boxes of what you think is attractive on a mental level, but on an energetic level, you're like, wow, she makes me feel hot. Well, women are the same way, but it's not necessarily hot as much as safe. If you make a woman feel safe, this is going to help her become attracted to you, okay? Now, safe doesn't mean neutered, meaning not having any sexual presence is not an attractive quality either. It's something I'm going to get into, and right now it's a challenge for a lot of men because men are actually afraid right now to own their sexuality, so I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. So making a woman feel safe, making her feel aroused, making her feel sexual, making her intrigued, making her awake, opening up her mind, giving her some experience where she has an emotional or an experience is going to make her attracted to you. And in this way, you have to be a man, you have to carry a presence or an energy that ignites a woman to actually notice you. And this is whether you're single or you've been with someone for 20 years. If she's not noticing you for the positive qualities or noticing you in the way you want to be noticed, it's going to be very difficult to have a deep, passionate, and sexual relationship. The second thing that she's going to notice is eye contact. How do you look at her? How do you, are you shy? Are you like looking down like this and talking to her? You see how you can't connect with me because I'm not looking at you and it's kind of annoying and you want to be like, hey man, look at me? Well, same thing. So if you can't make eye contact and you're like all over the place, and again, the same thing's true for a woman, right? You know, when a woman makes eye contact with you and you could tell she's confident and she's looking at you, you're like, you can't help it. You're like kind of like enrolled in her? Well, it's the same thing, right? It's the same things, right? It's how you look at her. Now, you don't want to stare at her like, you're not trying to creep her out, right? You're just kind of like, looking at her. And it's not about looking at her and trying to seduce her with your eyes, because again, that's just probably going to come off creepy. It's about being confident in yourself, being able to look, connect, keep your energy within yourself so that she's enrolled in you, and also disconnect from time to time. Okay, so it's not overly staring and intensely where she's uncomfortable, and it's not about being this shy guy who's gonna look down and around, because she's not gonna be able to connect with you or be enrolled with you. So eye contact is something that you wanna work on. The third thing is your smile. Women said that they notice a man's smile because a smile is a signal of positive energy. Women are naturally attracted to a positive person or a positive energy. This doesn't mean you have to be Tony Robbins and be like, oh, rah, rah, rah. No. Positive energy doesn't mean that you're like, like this. It just simply means that you exude a positivity about you. You're having a good time. You're smiling. You're not coming across desperate or thirsty or, I got to get laid tonight. Some guys walk around the club and women can sense it, right? As soon as you're looking at it, and you just have the desperation all over you. And so therefore they don't feel safe. They're picking up on your vibe. Your presence isn't what they want it to be. So your smile lets a lot know about you. It makes you open. Now, if you're not a smiler, don't fake it. That's creepy, right? Just again, a lot of this has to do with self-acceptance and just being you and recognizing that nature made you perfectly as you are, and as you are, there are going to be some women attracted to you. It's when you get in your head and you try to put on a different show where again, you're so desperate for sex or so desperate for a relationship that it just becomes unattractive because you're not giving any signals of safety, of presence, of someone who can give a great experience. Okay? So your smile is important. If you want to let out a big belly laugh, let out a big belly laugh. Learn to smile, learn to relax, and learn to enjoy yourself. And in this way, women will become attracted to you because, as the song says, girls just want to have fun. So making sure that you're having a good time is going to help you become more attractive. Number 4 is smell. All right, guys. Our sense of smell generally isn't as good as women's, and truthfully, sometimes we stink, okay? All right? And we should know that. So while this may sound like, common sense, shower, right? Groom yourself, get a haircut, make sure you brush your teeth, make sure that you smell good. At a subtle level, what you eat affects how you smell. This is very subtle, so it's not more like most people are like, not women are gonna pick, but like, did you have chili last night? Right? It's not going to be like that. But here's the thing. The healthier you are, okay? And again, you have to trace back when we were living in tribes and all of that psychology is still playing with us, right? Our very animalistic way of measuring. How women back in the day, thousands of years ago, or millions, however you want to look at it, when we were living in tribes, how they would know a good, healthy partner was actually by his smell. If you're really healthy, you will have a cleaner smell. You will have a very subtle smell, especially if you hold your semen, that women can pick up on. And again, it's not normally at the conscious level, but it's at the unconscious level. So taking care of your body, eating clean, drinking lots of water, this is going to help you emanate a really nice smell, which is going to be attractive at a very, very subtle level. Now, on a not so subtle level is like cologne. So yeah, you can use cologne to also enhance your attractiveness. Unless you're specifically trying to attract a girl who's very earthy, then she may be turned off of cologne, okay? So it depends on the type of woman too that you're gonna attract. So very women that like, very earthy, generally like natural smells, right? In that sense. For most guys, who may be like, at workplaces or in the club or, you're at the networking event, cologne will help with this. Not too much cologne is something I've learned, okay? Because that's also like, people shouldn't across the room shouldn't smell you, right? When you walk in the room, everybody shouldn't be like, oh gosh, who's wearing that too much cologne? Just a little spray will actually help. And you want to have your smell, like if you want to give a measurement, let's just say about a foot to 18 inches from you. So much to the point where if you're talking to her, she should actually feel like she wants to lean into you. Like, what is that? Oh, you smell good. You see that when she's leaning into you, that's a good sign, right? And so actually you could use your smell or your cologne to create an effect where she wants to lean into you and come closer to you and actually smell you. And at an unconscious level, because it's wired in her psychology, she's actually going, is this guy a good mate or not, right? So that's why you'll often find women like, oh, he smells so good. Oh, did you smell him? Right? Because that's a natural signal for her that this is an attractive man. This is a man that she would want to get with. So your smell is very important. Your posture, all right? Do you walk into the room or hang around with, and you're like this, your head's down, your shoulders are here. You know what this is giving the signal of? I'm not confident. I can't give you an experience. So even if you feel that way, pull your shoulders back, stand up straight, and keep your head up, right? This is going to give you a nice posture. Your posture also tells a lot about you. Am I confident? Am I courageous? Am I open-hearted? Am I trying to protect myself, right? By covering, by doing this. These are all subtle signals, right? You know, it's like, but if someone's open, yeah, here I am. I'm not trying to hide myself. They're saying, look, I'm good. And this is actually subtly giving signals of, oh, wow, he's confident, he's courageous, he's brave, he's in command, and those are going to be attractive qualities to you, to a woman. The sixth one is quite difficult actually right now for a lot of men, which is owning. Are you a sexual being? Do you own your sexuality? I know many guys connected with me, you're part of spiritual orders or religious orders, and this is very highly, sometimes even controversial depending on the religion or spiritual practice. Unless you're a monk and you don't desire sex, then it doesn't matter. But if you're a man like me who's a man and still very much an animal, as I know I am spirit, I also know that I have all the bodily needs and desires of a regular man. You want to own your sexuality. You don't want to have shame around it. One of the ways you can tell is if you think of sex, do you have feelings of shame, guilt, shyness? Oh no, this is bad, this is good. Do you have all these moral discussions in your head about it? This is you not owning your sexuality. If you want to become attractive, you have to actually own your sexuality. Why it's difficult right now is because men are afraid to be men. They're afraid to own their sexual essence, right? I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to seem like I'm sexist. I don't want to seem like I'm, those guys in the news that they talk about. But the reality is that unless you actually own your sexuality and you're comfortable with it, how could you possibly be attractive? You have to own your sexuality. You have to say, yes, sex is part of me. I'm not desperate from it, but I have it. I like it. I want it, right? And you should push the boundaries a little bit, right? Most guys are afraid to say anything. They're afraid to ask for what they want. They're afraid to, show a woman that you're interested. You don't have to do this by again, being creepy. It's not about how you look at her or you're licking your lips or you have some pickup lines that you've learned. Drop that. Own your sexuality. Be so comfortable with it. And there's many practices that you can do to help you own your sexuality. If you don't own your sexuality and you don't own your masculinity, there's no way that you're gonna come off as a powerful man. Which leads up to number 7, power and dominance. Now, power and dominance doesn't mean power over others, right? It doesn't mean that you're being dominant and forceful with others. Power and dominance means I'm powerful within myself and I am the master of my own domain. I am the king of my world. I am the ruler of my kingdom. What that means is that you are solid within yourself. You show a confidence and a power. You're not willing to just be subservient to anybody and everybody who comes around you. And you also care about others. You're aware of others. So are you the type of guy who hangs out in the background, doesn't let his voice or opinion be heard, doesn't, make a decision, right? Let's imagine, let's say you were at, let's say at a networking event or at a party, and you're standing around with a bunch of people, and maybe there's some women there or a woman there you're attracted to. You would want her to be attracted to you. Let's say you got to go to the washroom, right? You got to pee. Are you the type of guy who just holds and just waits and waits till somebody, like you're so shy, like you don't want to interrupt, you don't want to do anything because you're just waiting, you're waiting. See, that's you not owning your domain. You don't have to be rude. There's a balance here, right? You're not going to be rude. But a powerful man will say, you know what, excuse me, I'm going to excuse myself. I got to go use the washroom. I'll be right back. Something as simple as that gives the signals that, wow, he's powerful. Power means the ability to do something. So, wow, he's powerful. He's not waiting, for everybody to be done. He's the master of himself. He's got to go to the washroom. He's going to go to the washroom and he'll be back. By taking on that quality of personal power and personal respect and personal self-acceptance, that's going to emanate from your vibe. And again, it all comes back to presence. All of these things can really come down to presence. Are you present? Are you powerful? Are you owning your sexuality? Now, how does semen retention help you create all of this? Well, semen retention gives you tremendous amounts of personal power. When a man learns to control his ejaculation, control his sexual habits, and control his drive, he becomes powerful within himself. He can direct himself. And what happens is this self-control, the semen retention, basically stimulates testosterone. The more testosterone you have, the more over time, more and more of your masculine qualities are going to come through, because testosterone is literally going to enhance your masculinity. As you have more testosterone and more semen, you're going to have a bigger presence and aura about you. You're also going to have a higher sex drive. You want to have a high sex drive. It doesn't mean you want to be sleeping with everybody and wasting it on porn and masturbation, but you ultimately want to have a high sex drive, because this high sex drive is then going to lead to ambitious thoughts. Then you're going to become a man of ambition. You're going to want to become, if you're an artist, you're going to become the best artist you could possibly be. If you are a business person, you're going to want to grow your business. You're going to want to get that promotion. There's going to be this competitiveness about you, this ambition. And with ambition, with time and discipline, will then come money, influence, leadership, and all the outwardly signals of attraction. And if you're on the spiritual path, semen retention is going to help you also rise above those things, to recognize yourself as a spirit soul, to recognize yourself as an energetic being or a spiritual being. So semen retention practice, sex mastery, sexual alchemy is how you can achieve these qualities. If you want to learn more, make sure you register for Sex Mastery 101. Hit me up on the comments. Make sure you subscribe and keep plugging into these videos, because I'm going to share everything that I've learned about the subject of sex, sexuality, and being a man in this world, which is tougher now than ever before. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next video.